Deep in the shadows, I know it's hard to put one foot in front of the other.
Hi everyone, CeeChronicles here, back again with another fragrance video. If you're joining me for the very first time, I post fragrance related content on this platform and would very much appreciate it, guys, if you did consider subscribing. And to those who are returning, thank you so much for the continued support. Now, welcome to a compilation of Montserrat and Montal clone fragrances within my collection. I was cleaning my fragrance collection and honestly, I thought I had like 4 or 5 fragrances that draw inspiration from Montal and Montserrat. And why I'm saying Montal and Montserrat is like the same company. So I was cleaning my collection and I thought I had 4 or 5, and then I noticed, no, I've got 6, I've got 7, no, I've got 9. Okay, so anyway, I've got the 9 physically here, but to make the, this video interesting, I'm going to try and throw in honorable mentions there to cap it at maybe 16 or 20. On number 1, guys, is from Paris Corner of their MOA collection. This one is called Cedrat Essence, drawing its inspiration, guys, from Montserrat's Cedrat Boise. There's a lot happening in this fragrance. It presents as a very complex mix of piercing citruses, florals, spices, leather, woods, drying down fresh with green, that sort of thing, spicy. The mix itself is gonna come across as very busy to some people. It has a synthetic tone to it that kind of holds on for a long time. I'm gonna say up to 30-45 minutes, even an hour. It's gonna present as very synthetic there, but then drying down to a sweet and sour complex mix of citruses, a little bit aromatic, a little bit green there, a little bit fresh there. So a lot of things going on there, but at par with Montserrat's Cedrat Boise. This is the reason why it made it on this list, guys. This one is from Paris Corner and it's called Cedrat Essence, and it's on our number 1. Second on the lineup of Paris Corner again, but this time of their monster fragrances line is going to be this one. This one is called Cafe Intense, drawing its inspiration, guys, from Montal's Intense Cafe. Okay, so the name is quite a telltale sign there. This is going to be a favorite for those who like coffee-based fragrances, coffee with vanilla, like a creamy vanilla thing going on in the background of this fragrance, but it does have like a prominent coffee. It does live up to the intense tag there because it does last pretty much the whole day, this one, guys, especially as it sits longer and longer in your collection. Sitting on number 2, guys, is Cafe Intense. On our number 3, guys, drawing its inspiration from Starry Night, is going to be Valencia from Swiss Arabian. I actually got a subscriber who wanted to know whether there was a fragrance on the market that draws its inspiration from Starry Nights, and this is it. If you're looking for a fragrance that is built around Granny Smith apple, get this. Opens up very sweet, very crisp there, but then midway makes a U-turn where it kind of feels cologne-y, giving it like a unisex tone there, so even men can totally wear this fragrance, guys. But it is definitely at par with Starry Night, representing that fragrance pretty well. So this is one that I would recommend if you're looking for an alternative to that one, and this one is called Valencia from the House of Swiss Arabian. If you love Montal's Chocolate Greedy and you are looking for an alternative, don't let this ugly looking bottle deter you from buying Choco Mask. This fragrance, guys, smells a lot like Chocolate Greedy from Montal. If you love your fragrances built around cacao, if you love very gourmand leaning fragrances, they're vanilla forward, you're gonna get from this one, guys. This one is from the House of Our Rehab, a cheapie that is popular for a reason. You ought to try this one, guys, if you love Chocolate Greedy. This one is called Choco Mask from the House of Our Rehab. On number 5, guys, from the House of Swiss Arabian is going to be Shaka Asra, right? This one draws its inspiration from Honey A Oud from Montal. But this one is complex. This one gives me like a Middle Eastern tone, a lot of spices, allspice there, cinnamon doing the most, woods as well, thickened, a little bit of some oud there. But if you were looking for a honey-based fragrance, this one's going to do it for you. Or if you were looking for that alternative for Honey A Oud, then this one is the perfect fragrance for you guys. It's called Shaka Asra, and it's sitting, guys, on our number 5. 6th on the lineup is MOA Wood from the House this fragrance world. Some of you guys say this fragrance draws its inspiration from a body sear. I'm not here to argue that. All I can say is, to my nose, it feels like just another variation, guys, of the Montal Intense Cafe DNA. I get coffee in this. I get like a chocolate tone in this. I get a little bit of woods in this, and maybe a rose in this. So that is what I can say about this one, guys. I just can't get my nose past the fact that it smells a lot like Intense Cafe, and that is why it's here. It's from Fragrance World, and this one is called MOA Wood. Seventh on the lineup from our stuff is Gayed, and this one draws its inspiration from Mancera's Red Tobacco. Remember, we did say we're talking about Montals and Mancera, okay, and they are one and the same thing. So this one is a very tobacco forward fragrance, one that I would recommend as a blind buy safe fragrance to anybody who loves tobacco. You're gonna smell like you were smoking, piped tobacco, or you were interacting with raw tobacco, the tobacco that you roll in a paper. That's what this one feels like. Very realistic, photorealistic tobacco there. A little bit of some leather, wood as well. Masculine to the nose, but if you have used a lot of fragrances and you like fragrances that smell different and you're a woman, you can totally wear this one, guys. Drawing its inspiration from Red Tobacco is Astav's Gilead. The last fragrance that I have as a physical bottle is going to be from the house of Maison Alhambra, and this one is called Musk Vanille, drawing its inspiration from Rose's Mask, right? This is a delicate musk mixing obviously with a vanilla. It just says that, okay? And rose. They just decided not to put rose there. Very soft DNA there. Beautiful chocolate tone, metallic to an extent. Kind of feels like this, but a very lighter version you're going to get from this, right? So yeah, that is the last one I have. And then let me give you a run through of some of the dupes on the market that you can pick up there that draw their inspiration from the Manceras and the Montals. Number 9 is going to be Pandora's Noir de Ruby. That one draws its inspiration from Montal's Arabian Tonka. So if you're looking for that, that is fairly new on the market. You can pick up that one. I do not have it physically, so I cannot attest to its performance and how good it is. Another fragrance that I actually forgot, it just struck me here, is Amarv's Magnificent Pour Homme. I spoke about it last week. That one feels a lot like Oud Amazing. So if you love Oud Amazing, you can try that fragrance. It's not 100, but it's going to give you 50% of Oud Amazing. So if you love Oud Amazing, you can pick yourself Amarv's Magnificent Pour Homme, okay? And then the next one is from Monster Fragrances. Again, this particular line, they have two more from this particular line. They have Black Oud Monster, right? And that one draws its inspiration from Montal's Black Oud. And then they have another one from this line again called Rose Musk. That one draws its inspiration from Rose's Musk. Another one I can drop as a recommendation, guys, here is from the house of Paris Corner, again called Magic Oud Pure Saffron. That one draws its inspiration from Montal's Oud Saffron. I did feature it in a dupe compilation list. At the mention of dupe compilation list, guys, I just remembered that there's also another Paris Corner from their Mere collection called Cherry Cola. This is fairly new, and it draws its inspiration from Tonka Cola, a fragrance from Mancera. And of course, there's Lattafa's Kaid Alpha Sun Unlimited Edition, a fragrance I featured a couple of months ago. This also popped up while I was editing as a fragrance that I had omitted, guys. This is a coconut forward fragrance. Feels a lot like Coco Vanille from Mancera. So if you love Coco Vanille from Mancera, it's going to give you a little bit of representation of that fragrance, as the DNA is quite similar. The last one that comes to mind is from Lattafa. Lattafa has got these little fragrances that come in the same packaging, different colors, called Shams Al Shamouz. That one is called Rose Taifi. Draws its inspiration from Montal's Rose Night. We did feature it in a dupe compilation list as well. Those are fragrances that draw inspiration from the Mancera and the Montal fragrances, some within my collection, some of course not within my collection, but obviously there's going to be more on the market there. The fragrances that I spoke about today, if you love any of those Mancera or Montal fragrances and you were looking for alternatives, they're definitely going to do it for you. CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let's meet in the comment section where we obviously discuss more about fragrances. I'm going to try and group another house for you and drop it here for ease of reference. Do turn on post notification, guys. That way you get to be notified anytime I upload a video. Like and share this one meanwhile. And remember that smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.